my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we're going to be talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi and more. As always my dear friends, before we dive into it, please may I ask you to hit that big red subscribe button if you've not done so, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle to be alerted each and every time that I post new videos. Thank you all so much for just over 70,000 subscribers. This is the road to 100k. And remember guys, when I do reach that milestone, I will be doing a very special video. But without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. So as you guys probably know, over the last few days we've had so much Obi-Wan Kenobi news. Well, now it turns out we have even more, because two more characters have been confirmed. The first character news that we have comes from LRM Online, who yesterday leaked that R2-D2 and C-3PO are going to appear in the series. And now they're saying that Star Wars Rebels fan favourite Agent Kallus is going to appear in the Kenobi series too, and he's going to be portrayed by Rupert Friend. We already knew that Rupert Friend was going to be in the series after the Star Wars official confirmation, but until now we had absolutely no idea which character he was going to be playing. Well, we now know it's Agent Kallus, and if you've not seen Star Wars Rebels, I will be doing a full character analysis after we take a look at this article. So let's read it together. A Star Wars Rebels fan favourite will be in Kenobi, exclusive Barside Buzz. They start the article by saying these past couple of days have been jam-packed with news about the upcoming Star Wars shows. We are confident to share that Agent Kallus will be in the highly anticipated Obi-Wan Kenobi series. With the show taking place 10 years after the events of Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, it would seem that Agent Kallus would be at the height of his rank. And it makes sense to have the best Imperial agents hunting down Kenobi and the Rebels. It's going to be very interesting to see Kallus as an Imperial operative right before he goes to Lothal to stop the rebellious insurgency. It's possible that we could see Kallus on Onderon, where he fought Saw Gerrera, or possibly his involvement in the genocide of Lasan, which was a big plot point in Star Wars Rebels. So now that we've looked at this, a lot of people might be wondering, who is Alexander Kallus? To put it simply, he was a human revolutionary who served as an agent of the Imperial Secretary Bureau. As an operative for the Empire, he was a firm believer in bringing order to the galaxy. He worked to suppress dissent on numerous worlds, fighting against Saw Gerrera on Onderon. His story exists outside of Rebels in comics as well, where he worked with IG-88 in tracking down Han Solo. The good news is, as we see in Rebels, he has a redeeming arc. After pursuing the Ghost Crew for over 1 year, Kallus attempted to trap them in orbit of Geonosis. In the ensuing conflict, Kallus and Zeb were trapped on the frozen moon of Barin. Being trapped together, they found kinship as soldiers as they worked together to survive. This in turn caused Kallus to learn more about the Rebels and their cause, and it was enough to make him question his beliefs about the Empire. As such, he converted and became a rebel spy under the codename of Fulcrum. He then fed the rebellion information about the Empire's activities, including those of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Thrawn discovered Kallus's true allegiance after realizing there was a rebel spy in his midst. Kallus was then captured as he attempted to feed the rebels information for their planned attack on Lothal. Kallus then became a fully fledged member of the rebellion and assisted them in their tactics on the battlefield. As a key ally of the Ghost Crew, he aided them in their successful liberation of Lothal. So as I say guys, we are going to see Agent Kallus in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's going to be played by Rupert Friend. Now we do actually have a second piece of cast news for Obi-Wan, and this is just at the rumour stage and not confirmed yet. I want to thank Hugo, who has provided accurate scoops in the past. From what we know, it's believed that Indira Varma is going to be playing the live-action version of Captain Bragg, who we first saw in the Bad Batch episode 10. After some set leaks came out for her character, many of us knew that she was going to be playing an Imperial. But I can now confirm that if my source has got this right, then she is going to be playing none other than Captain Bragg herself. The Bad Batch as a series has not made a big deal out of her yet, but her presence on Raxus was very intimidating, especially when she interrogated Senator Singh. While some of Bragg's facial features match those of Indira Varma, the eye colour is not the same. This can easily be changed though with contact lenses, just as they did for Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka in The Mandalorian. In terms of their accents, they are an exact match, with both of them speaking in RP British. Last night I watched Captain Bragg's speech on Raxus, and then I compared it to Indira Varma in interviews. The voices were so similar, and I can see why they chose her to portray the live-action version of Captain Bragg. Captain Bragg's skin tone is also a bit lighter than Varma's, but this wouldn't be the first time that Lucasfilm have a contrasting skin tone in animation compared to live action. Either way guys, Varma is rumored to be playing the Imperial officer in this series, and she's going to be of great importance. If this turns out to be true, I'm super excited to see the live-action versions of Bad Batch characters, and I think it's really awesome that they're choosing to expand the known universe with new Imperial characters. On the same subject, something I really want to see in the Kenobi series are the survivors of Order 66, but specifically ones who we haven't seen in live action before, or survivors we haven't even heard of before. It's often said that the Star Wars universe is really small and everyone knows each other, but the Kenobi series is a great way to change this by not only bringing back characters that we love, but also giving us new ones to expand our perception of the prequel trilogy era, or rather the pre-original trilogy universe. And before I go guys, I want to remind you all that on Friday, LRM have a big Star Wars announcement which they said is going to be the biggest piece of news of the week, and that coincides with the release of The Bad Batch episode 13. While we have no further details on what this announcement could be, some people have speculated it could be a release date for the Book of Boba Fett trailer, or alternatively an announcement for Star Wars Ahsoka. We know that they've already cast Mena Massoud as Ezra, Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn, and recently they had a casting call for Sabine Wren. Who knows though, the announcement might be for something that nobody saw coming, like a secret series, some plot details for an upcoming show, or something else. But what do you guys think? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new and a huge welcome if you are, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle to be alerted every time that I post a new video. Finally, my dear Megalorians, if you find any value in my videos whatsoever, check out my Patreon page down below. And so now we're going to finish with a message that I put forward yesterday, which is really important. I want to bring attention to a GoFundMe page for the amazing Star Wars author and editor J.W. Rinsler. This man has written so many amazing making of books not only for Star Wars but other franchises as well. To the distress of all of us, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and is now making end-of-life plans. On Twitter, his daughter has shared the GoFundMe link and I've also put it in the description down below. We're not too far off the goal amount, but every little bit helps. So please consider donating if you can. Thank you so much for listening.